Hi everyone, it's Marguerite with the Wreaths by Marguerite. I'm back today to use my creativity to make beautiful things to decorate your home with and give you ideas for things that you could do as well on your own. Today I did some coffee cup arrangements, and a lot of the product I used in this were bits and pieces and leftover picks and sprays and greenery and such from other projects. It's a great way to use up all those extra pieces, and it's also a great way to get some less expensive items in your shop, or if you're doing craft shows like myself. I'm doing a really big one this coming weekend. This is my first time doing this event, so I'm pretty darn excited about it. But I like to have a lot of little takeaway gifts that people can buy too that are good for like thank you gifts, or if someone's hosting the holidays, it's something you can give them as a sign of appreciation. They're also in that price point that they make great gifts for secret sister gifts and exchange gifts when you do those at work or school or wherever. So follow along and you'll see how I make these beautiful little coffee cup arrangements real quick. I'm going to give you a real quick look of the finished product. I still have a few glue strings to get off of these. They are never ending, that's for sure. That's the Merry Christmas. Here's a little gingerbread one. This one I put a little bow on. I don't usually do bows, but I thought I'd try it, and I think I'm sold. I will be doing that again. This one's a little shorter profile. And then we got the snowman with lots of candy cane colored items in it, and some little marshmallows as well as the lollipops. That's a fun little one. And then this one's got more traditional, more of a rustic. I wouldn't say that this is a Ralph Lauren look, but it's close. It's definitely got that more rustic vibe in it, and it has the buffalo plaid as well. I guess that's probably what makes it not Ralph Lauren, but still I think it's adorable. So stay tuned and let's go ahead and get these projects started so you can see how easy it really is. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 coffee cup arrangements to make for this big event I'm doing this coming weekend. And we're going to do a couple today. We're going to do this gingerbread house coffee cup and this merry kind of rustic coffee cup. I've already... A week or so ago, I used gaps and cracks to use instead of foam in my cups. If you look at my Facebook page, you'll see the before and after pictures of how much it rose. They do expand and grow, so you always have to wait at least a couple days before you use them. So that would be where you want to look to see what they look like before. It's definitely cheaper than buying foam. I was able to do all 16 cups with 1 can of the gaps and cracks. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut off. I don't have a regular knife. I thought I did. Oh, I do. No. I used to. I guess I don't have it anymore. I usually use a serrated knife to cut off the excess off the top. We want it to be flush with the surface.
Sorry, I can't schedule that. You'll need to have a home hub set up.
Wow, Siri, I wasn't talking to you. That was interesting. What word set me off? Okay, I'm going to save these for other projects. So let me put that there. So there is that one, nice and flush. And then I'm going to get this. Yes, there's spaces on the side that didn't fill in, but that's okay. That's not going to hurt anything. I should just do it this way. Off. Be careful. You don't cut yourself if you're doing this. Okay, so now we're nice and flush. And when I'm doing Christmas wreaths, generally I use some sort of fluffy material as a base on top of this. But on this one, I'm going to use some moss, and I'll show you what I'm going to use for that one. Okay. So this is some green moss. That will be what I use for that. So let me stick that over here with everything for that project. I'm going to need some, what do they call these? Floral pins as well. I'm going to use a couple of those to attach some of this. I got these from Halloween. It's called Halloween Super Stretch Spiderweb. It works great, or you can use cotton balls as well. That's what I did before I got these. And once Halloween was over, and I did this at Easter as well, I got some of the Easter grass fluff. They make this kind of stuff for Easter baskets now. Plus, all that basket filler, that crinkled paper, is a great base for these cups as well. But since I got these for next to nothing, I got a bunch of them, and that's what we're going to use today. Sometimes you got to cut it. It doesn't want to cooperate. That looks like a big enough chunk since we're doing the, we're doing that one first. The, words are hard sometimes, you know, gingerbread house. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll make sure not to use glue yet, because we want to make sure that the pins and such can get through the gaps and cracks when we're putting in the actual elements. So this is a floral pin. It's a long pin with a zigzag at the top. I'm not going to focus in on that yet, because last time I did that, I filmed about 5 minutes of a video without you being able to see what I was doing. Sometimes we get forgetful. Okay, so I'm putting like 4 in here towards the outer edge, because I want to make sure that all of this goes all the way up to the edge, so you can't see the gaps and cracks. So that's how you do that. And now I'm going to set that aside, because I'm going to be putting all these elements in, plus a bow, I think. I haven't done one with a bow in forever. But I'm going to need to use this machine right here. This is a steel pick machine. It kicks out these little metal picks that I attach to the base of all of the pieces that I'm going to put in here. I'm not going to put this whole pick in there, so I'm going to want to cut this away. I'm going to use this as my focal piece in this design. Put the ribbon over here. And these are all the other things. I may walk over to my side on my right to get more product. All my Christmas picks and sprays are on that wall there. But this definitely goes perfectly with it. That's why I picked it up. And what's nice with the cups, you can either use the whole thing in one or split it up into 3 different projects. There's a little snow on it already. I'm going to leave it on there. Got it from another project. I think it just adds to it. Makes them look a little frosty. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I don't need the steel pick machine because this has got a nice heavy wire in it. So what I'm going to do is going to take my preheated hot glue gun, just enough to keep it secure in here. So this will be towards the back, and I'm going to put it at an angle this way a little bit. And then I'm not using this whole thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off part of it about this far. And I'll use my scissors to cut through the cording. There we go. And I always keep a little container of picks that I've cut off of other projects so that I can use them in projects like this. I'm looking for a smaller white one, but looks like I'm pretty low on white. Is that more than one in there? Yeah, I can take that apart. You can do anything you want. Let me grab this with the wire cutters. Or maybe not. I may have to do this another time. I'll have to use the green. But it will be hidden behind all the other elements. There's no more white. Well, let me see if there's any in the bin with the big ones. There is. I might be able to use one of these. This one's skinny enough. Yeah, that'll work. So here's one from, I have the short ones and then I have the big ones. So I think I'm just going to put a little glue on the end of this to put it in this piece of the candy cane. Once that's dried, I will put it into the coffee cup, but I'm going to cut it shorter. And of course now I have a short one. I'm going to put this away for now. And this away. Alright, so let me take a look at the front. all of the yarn was down at the bottom. We don't want what's inside of the lollipop showing. Okay, so then I think I'm going to take this one this way. I'm going to cut it a little shorter. And cutting it at an angle too helps it get through the foam and everything easier as well. So we're going to go like this, about right here. Push it through, and we have that. Now, I put it over here? I thought this would be a good addition because there is the little bit of holly and a little bit of green on the front, so I'll probably put this up front. Let me get this tag off. These come out to like 49 cents once they're on sale, so I buy these in mass quantities. Okay, so let me turn it around to decide how I want it, and then I'll turn it back towards you. I'm going to cut off some of the excess. Again, I don't need the steel pick for this, but when I do, I'm ready over here. So I'm going to put this towards the front so it hangs over just a little bit. Right there. Put that in there. If I can't get in there with it, I take the needle nose and push it down in because I want it to hug the edge. There we go. See that? Okay. My goal is to try to stay as clean as possible today, famous last words, because I just deep cleaned the craft room. So we have that. I don't have any gingerbreads left. I'm pretty bummed about that. I was hoping to have some, but I had so many projects that were gingerbread this year, since gingerbread and candy cane and, what do you call it? Nutcracker were very popular this year. So I'm going to leave some room here to make the bow. But then I have these other cute little things that I want to put in here that give it more dimension. And then I'm probably going to go get some of my other stuff to put in here. I think I'm going to have this one go the other way. Let's see how that works. I'm going to cut that a little shorter. It doesn't need to be very long, and I don't need a steel pick because it's a very solid wire. And I'm going to bring it in between these two. And I feel like I need some solid red in there. So maybe I will throw something else in there. What am I thinking? I have that, so let me set that there. I still want to use this, I think. Maybe, we'll see. Let me grab something. I'm going to grab some glitter balls. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try something new. I learned this from my fellow wreath maker. I'm going to go with green. I think this will work. This is called Deco Mesh Tubing. Get over there. Sorry about the crunching. Excuse me. And what you do is you put the pipe cleaner in the tubing. That way it has structure so you can bend it and shape it. As this is hollow. So I'm going to do this. Been meaning to do this for a while and I just haven't. Okay, so that's this end. I'm going to cut the excess off. I'll use these scissors so that I'm not dulling my ribbon scissors. And I'm just going to twist it a little bit. Let's see if this is going to look good on this. If not, I can use it on another project. You know? So here I'm going to use the steel pick. So I feed a little metal pick into the front by pushing it that way. I lay this in there and then I push it the other way. And it attaches a heavy-duty metal pick with a sharp tip. So I can make this any shape I wanted to. I'm going to start with that. I probably should have made it smaller. think that's what I'm going to do. Let's cut this and make it smaller. Try it again. Feed in another pick. Put that in there. Don't get your finger smushed. I think yeah, I like that better. That size is better. So I might put that over here. Put some glue on your steel pick. I want to see how that looks in there, and then I'll show you. So I don't like it, I can pull it back out real quickly. Kind of like that. And then I think I'm going to do another one that looks like a swirl. Let's see what we can do here. Get some variety in this project, right? Try to get your glue strings as you go, because they're always a fun thing to get off later. But make sure they're dry before you pull them off. It's a lot easier that way. Okay, I'm just going to go to there. And then I'm going to cut that. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of heat the end with the hot glue gun to twist it. To give it a point. Also be good if you, trying to think what you would heat it and it would melt the tip together. A lighter, I don't have one down here, but that's cute. That'll work. And then I'm just going to take a wood dowel or a pen or pencil and I'm going to twist it all the way down. And then I'm going to pull it out like that. So we got a little curly cue going on there. Cut that excess off and make another pick. Then I think I'm going to go look for some greenery to put in here. So that'll put one up there, and then I'm going to put one back here. Put some glue on it. These are just really quick, easy, fun projects to do. You could do this as a family on a craft night, but you know, if you don't feel the desire to make your own, look at that. I love that. There's a lot going on here. Sorry, guys. That one's trash. Might use these, so I don't want to get rid of those yet. So there's that. I'm going to grab some greenery. And I think I'm going to go with something that's more, I don't know, snowy, maybe. Let me grab something else. Oh, where's the one I cut up? I have one I cut up. Oh, I know. I'm going to show you something else. Now, I got these on clearance, so I'm not worried about damaging them. Okay, I'm going to set this here. I only need one. So what I want to do is, this is a wreath. It's a little mangled right now. I'm going to cut off pieces of this to attach into my design. I think get like 2 for sure. And then see where we are from there. I'll set that there. There. Okay. So I'm thinking that if we do a piece here, I'm going to cut it a little shorter and I'm going to put a steel pick on it. I don't have to put a steel pick on it, but I want it to go deep. Well, be that way. Sometimes it's better to stand to use this, but I don't want to stand. Just press down really hard on that end. And then we're going to put some glue on that. And I'm going to put it right back here. Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. I could even use the piece I cut off. I could put that with some glue. A little bit right there. I don't know where I put the styrofoam balls. That's what not styrofoam. I have these little fluffy bulbs I want to put in here, and I'll probably find it after I'm done. Okay, so I just took and put a piece right here to kind some of the mechanics back there. And then I think I'm going to put this one up there. I'm going to cut a little bit more off, remembering I can still use that piece. Let's see. I'm going to put that right in here. You push it in some more with the wire, with the needle nose. You can make them tall and fluffy if you want. I like to make them more compact so that they go great on a desk. See that? I like that. And then I'm going to put a couple up front. Okay. Just want some smaller ones, but it doesn't look like there's any that are really small. So I'm going to go with this one. We'll go with this one. So you can use almost anything to put these together. I think I'm going to put this up front. What's in there? Oh, I got something stuck in there. I was like, why is it not tightening up? All this snow is going to need it's going to need a cleaning. Okay, so I think right in here and right in here will be good. Put it right there. Use this to bring it in a little more, and I'm going to hang it off the edge a little, like that. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Right there. I think. Okay guys, why are you being so silly? They're in here. There we go. They just got off centered. If I remember, I'll show you what they look like at some point. If I don't get distracted. But I just don't want you missing out on what I'm doing in front of you. I'm terrible about remembering to expand it back out. Okay, I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to, yeah, I'll glue that. I'll put that in. I won't glue it. Just a little accent. And then I'm going to put one, whoa, whoa. I'll have to peel that glue off a little later, but I want to let it dry. I guess I'm just going to have to cut that piece off there. No harm, no foul. It was just a little wire swirl. And then I was going to, there's something else I wanted to use, wasn't there? So, do I do another one of these down on this side? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to push all the balls up to the top, if it'll let me, like that, so I can make it shorter. And I'm cutting the wire at an angle so that I have a sharper point to put it in. So that will go here. More glue. I was trying to put it in and it was hitting the metal from the steel picks. So let's go there and put this one there. So I'm going to sneak one right over in here. So you can tear apart picks and do all sorts of things with them, as you could see. 3. I'm going to do it in 3s. So that's going to go up front. I like that. Yeah. Should I put these in here? I could put these in over here. This is the center of a poinsettia that I had left over that I took, or holly berries that I took the leaves and put them in a design separately. So cut some of this excess off. And since it's such stiff wire, I don't need to put a pick in there. I just had a little area right here that looked a little neglected, so I'm like, I need to put something in there. Where are my needles? Needle nose. And spread them out a little bit, and they will. There. So now I'm going to put all this stuff aside. Clean my table off a little bit. Still have a piece of this pick that's good, so I need to wipe this off. I'm already covered in snow, but that's okay. I'm going to try to make it to the trash can and not the floor. Famous last words. Back here for now. Alright, so let's look at this. I'm going to get a small little zip tie and use that to attach to a pick to put a little bow here. This is what we have going on so far. I'm just looking at some glue strings I'm trying to get off. I'm like, what is she doing? She's grabbing at the air again. It's because there's glue strings. I want to get those off. And then I'm going to use this for the back. It's the end of a roll. So next year I got to get a lot of gingerbread ribbon. So I'm going to even it out and put 2 little V's in the end. I might have to cut it again because this is going to be a single loop. Since I don't have enough for a double, well, do I? Let me see how small that would be with a double. I mean, that could work. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm just going to hold that there. Small bows I can do in my hand. And then I think I'm going to go with, let me try this one. I'm going to do 1 twist. I think I'll do like 4, maybe. 4 loops. Let's take a look. Lift those up. Yeah, I think I'll do 4 loops. Twist it in the center. Let's see here. This is just ribbon from the gift wrap section at Walmart. So you can find ribbon in a variety of places. I might make this one a little longer so I can curl it into the little twist like that. So that and that. Put that one down. I usually try to make one a little longer than the other. And then we'll go in with the Merry Christmas. Just for a single center loop. I'm going to put that in there. Squish it in. Make a single loop. Make the other end longer. Put these out of the way for now. So I'm going to take this and put it around it. I'm going to use the table. I'm going to smush it. I know it's Some people say, don't do that, you're squishing your bow. But hey, you gotta do what works, right? Okay, so tighten that up a little more so that I can adjust all my loops where I want them to go. Just a little one. I'm glad I was able to make 2 loops after all. Barely. I'm going to put one tail up, 1 loop up, tail down, and a loop down. It'll let me. It's hard to do when they're small like this. Alright, get all my loops in place. Poof them out a little bit. Once it's glued in, I can adjust it. So I'm going to cut off most of this once I tighten it up one final time. There we go. I'm going to take what's left on that stub. I'm going to mess the bow up, yes. And I'm going to put it in one of these steel picks. But I'm going to reinforce it because it's really small so that it doesn't slip out of the steel pick. Putting a little glue in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up a little. And then I'm going to put some more glue on the tip of the steel pick. Put it there. And then, probably with the help of my needle nose again, push this all the way in, as far as it'll go. Let's straighten that out. There, that down there. Alright, so now I'm just going to cut these at an angle. This piece of ribbon is not possessed, it was stuck to a glue string. Alright, so I'm going to curl this up. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this. You want to make sure that they can see that it says Merry Christmas. I probably have to do it a little bit less. Let's see how this goes. I can always cut off more if I need to, but not less. So there, let me look at it and then I'll show it to you. Just a few glue strings I want to get out of there. You won't be able to see them, but yeah, I think all this stuff turned out really nicely. So there is our first creation. I will bring it in tighter for this. Let me see. So you can see that. See that? Isn't that fun? Easy peasy. Alright, well let me move it back out to full size so I don't forget. If it'll let me. It's thinking really hard. It is Cyber Monday, so the internet is just a little bit wild. So I'm going to put that there in the back to get it out of the way. Throw my glasses on the floor. Here we go. I brought the next one in. And you know, I didn't get any ribbon for this one. So let's see if we can do it without a bow. I'm going to throw all this stuff in my bin so I can keep it nice and neat in here. So one of my goals for 2026 is to not just throw everything everywhere. So, okay, we're going to use the moss. This is definitely going to get messy. Just get all this out of the way. Done with these for now. I think, yeah. They go into the basket. I missed something. I'll pick it up in a minute. Right, tools out of the way. And I'm going to grab, this might be enough. let's see. My goal is to make sure that the outer edges get covered, so maybe I will do a bigger piece. Or maybe I'll just add a piece onto it. Keep it in this plastic bag so it doesn't get in everywhere, because the bags they come in just don't last. You stay there. And if I get this on, we'll clean the table off again. And these are those floral picks. I'm going to put that one there. Spread it out a little so I can get it over here. Get all this out to the outer edge. And I may not this time. I generally trim the moss away from the edges so you can have a clean edge. I don't know, I might not do that this time. I've put a few extra ones in here because this is so messy. I want it to stay where I put it. One more. I'm just going to clean up the greenery of this moss. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut it a little because it looks really bad. Some sticking out won't be too bad. Okay. I can't find my Swiffer right now. Swiffer pads are the best for cleaning off a cutting mat. Put it here. Alright, so now let's get started. I don't need this for now. These are the products I brought out to use with this one. This cup has a little bit more of a rustic look to it. I was like, what is my machine doing? So I brought out a variety of things. I'm debating on keeping that buffalo plaid on there. I got some pip berries. I got some holly berries. Definitely not going to need 3 of them. Let's start with this piece here. Are these the same? These are a different kind. You know, I think I'm going to go with this kind. It's got a more rustic coloring to it. I don't need 2. Alright, so there's that. I got these, it's like sugar-coated berries, or ice, whichever you think. And then I have this. I could put that big old pine cone in there. I'm not a big fan of these berries because, as you can see, you may not be able to see here, when they break, it's styrofoam on the inside. I love these because these are hard plastic. Are they as realistic? I don't know. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these off of here, and this should work with this wire cutter. But I got my other tool out if it's too thick. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use that other tool so I can show you how it works. So I'm not going to use this whole thing because it's huge. I wonder if I can make it any tighter. It helps to get the tag off, doesn't it? Okay. Can I make it any smaller? It's got a very stiff wire in it, so I'm not going to keep it. So I know that I can't cut here with that, so this is called a stem cutter. So I'm going to use it and put this all the way in, and it takes like no effort. Okay, I lied. This is a pretty thick one. There's one string hanging there. I might be able to use this for something else. I don't know yet. Whoa, look at the size of that wire in there. It's pretty thick. So we have this. I'm going to go ahead and put a steel pick on this one. This is my focal piece, I think. Is this going to work? Let's see. It's not going to. I'm going to have to stand for this one for sure. because it's not going to grab the whole thing, but enough that I guess I could have put it it's going to grab enough of it. I guess I could have just put in a pick. This trash can's getting in my way and it's getting on my nerves. And then my floor's uneven. I'm all sorts of having issues today, aren't I? Alright, so, and this is the other one I'm really excited about. It's pip berries on wire with burlap jute on it. So I'm going to start with this. I think I'm going to take it, I'm going to take it as at an angle a little bit. Alright. I like to put the focal pieces in first. And then go back and do fillers. So I'm going to cut these as well. Maybe. And I'm going to go ahead and use this. I didn't think I was going to use it at all, but I am. More like this. That really came off easy. So I'll cut this through. Get all this paper off of it. There we go. And then I'm going to use the steel pick again. I'm probably going to use all 3 of these. I haven't decided yet. I think I'm going to get another one of those. Another one of these. This right here. These little filler picks. So I think I'm going to go turn it towards me. Put that there. You can either make it compact or really tall. Still another tag on there. Definitely going to use the whole thing, I believe. I think I'm going to use the pine cone for sure. Let me get this off of here so I can get it picked with the steel pick machine. Now, if you don't have a steel pick machine and you don't want to invest in them, they're about $200 these days. They make these little green wooden sticks with wire on them. They have them in the craft departments of your stores to wrap around. So you would cut most of this off and then put the stick up against it and wrap the little wire that's on the stick around it. They're very inexpensive. I think I'm going to put that in next. I think it's going to go right there. Okay. So that's where we're at. I think I'm going to put one of these. Wrap that around it a little more. Make it a little shorter than the other one. I'm going to straighten that end out a little bit so I can get it in the pick machine. Keep that curl nice and tight. And put it over here. That's where we're at. Definitely with the bell. Let me get one of those little guys I was talking about. Clear my path. Where am I putting them? Wow. Oh, there they are. Nope. Oh my goodness, Marguerite. We just had them. You're not here. You're not here. You're not here. don't remember getting the whole bag out, but not in there. Not on the table. Oh, in front of my face, guys. In the bin I took off of the wall. Let's try this again. Oh, I have my star too. I want to put that in there. Where do I want to put that? In the back or in the front? I think I like it there. Yeah, I'm going to put that in the back. Okay. What's more rustic than a burlap star, right? I like that. Trim that just a little bit. Okay, there we go. I want to put a bell in here and some baby pine cones. I can do that. I think I'm going to get rid of the bow. I'm just not feeling it. I'm going to have to cut it. Pull the other side out. Maybe if I twist it, that would help too, huh? See? Okay. So I think I'm going to put the bell over here. And I'll use the pick machine after I cut some of this off. Because that's going to go right in the front. I'm going to close this before I hurt myself. Alright, I don't want to use any of these berries. Definitely want to put one of these up here. I want to put this in the back. That's what I'll do. Cut these a little bit shorter. I like it when there's wire on the pine cones. Makes it easier. I mean, I can just glue it in, but I don't want to do that. I want it more secure. Glue is important, but securing it in is more important than that. Hopefully that sentence made sense. Alright, let's get that in there. And push it down using the wire. The needle nose. So we have those there. And I definitely want to put one in the back. So I think I'll put it on this side so I can put it. So I'm going to put one here and then over here so they're opposing. I don't keep the tags on these projects for pricing them out for inventory because I have an average, you know. I've done these enough that I don't have to go so deep into. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put a steel pick on it because it's so awkward looking. There we go. Put that up front. Like right here. Okay. Hang it over the edge of the mug a little bit. Alright. So that means I'm going to put one over here. I'm going to be sad when I'm out of these. I love these. There is a store in particular that likes to put their tags in the most inopportune places. Okay. So the other one had the leaves all spread out nice, but this one I gotta do myself. Okay, it's gonna go right here. I'm gonna try it without the steel pick and see what happens. Okay, put this here, push it in. Oh, it worked. Excellent. So that's glue string patrol again. That's how it looks so far. I'm trying to decide if I want to do another one of these. Or maybe I'll just fill it in with some of these. See how this looks. Don't want those berries. I want... I'm going to do this. Get a couple of these. Get this one here. This one here. Because I can go ahead and like curl them around my finger or a pen or pencil too to give them a little bit. Yeah, I like that. And I can put that in the back or the front. Let me see how it does with the berries. Yeah, I think I'll do one there. Gives it even more dimension and curl it like that. I think I'll put one back here, one back here. So there's two of those. Looking at my wall, it's getting pretty sparse this year. Do I put some bells in there? I think I'm gonna get some bells. Yeah, this will look good in there as well. Okay. So let me see, where do I want to put the bells? This is me getting sidetracked. And of course, I like to curl them. They have a lot to say. Let me get this excess off right away so I don't have to stare right at it. Okay. I think I'll put them on, do I want to put them on the back? See? Or do I want to put them up here? I think I'm going to put them in the front. I'm going to put them on a pick. Right about there. Because that one's loose now on the bottom. So I need to either just stick them in independently, or I'm going to just go ahead and put them in a steel pick. I'm going to put this one over here and this one over here. Okay. This is a great way to use up materials that you have bits and pieces of. Like that was just part of a bell spray. I like that. Okay. So let me put some of these in the back. And one of these in the front. I'm just going to, are any of them longer? Well, if I leave these together, just swirl them up and cut it there. I can put that right in there on that side. I don't need any steel pick either because it's a solid piece there. I'm going to put that one down in there. And then I'll put, I'll get the back done. I'm going to fold it over so it's thicker going into the steel pick machine. I'm going to put that one over here. I need to check and see if they make the steel pick shorter. I don't think that they do, but that would be nice, huh? So there's that. And I think I'll put one of these there too. And I'm just going to put it over the leaves a little bit too in the steel pick to help hold it down. Gives it more to grab onto. There. Use that to swirl it a little bit. The ones I did on my finger were just too big. And I'm going to put one here. Put the leaves in there again so that it's nice and secure. Yeah, I'm not doing a bow on this one. Go. Thank you. So you'll see it with and without a bow. You'll see them with and without a bow. There's that one there. And then I'll put this last one in and it'll be done, I think. I'll look at it one more time to see if there's any gaps that really stand out. Hey guys, you guys are not working with me here. Stay in your lane. There we go. Okay. There. Make sure the glue stick. I don't know, I need one more thing right here. Glue strings. Okay. Don't know. Do I have any more bells? Okay, I'm going to put something buffalo plaid in there, I think. Let's see how it looks. Got this little styrofoam ball wrapped in buffalo plaid. Cut the excess off. Maybe I'll put two in. I don't know yet. Like right here. My whole house is this red and black buffalo plaid, but I know that it's not as popular as it used to be. Get the glue string out of there. So I put it right here, and let's see if I have one that's a little bit bigger to put on the other side. Oh yeah, I have lots. That's too big. How about this one? And it doesn't matter if it has a little snow on it. Do I want to put that in here or this one? I think I'm going to put this one in. I'm going to use a green stem on this one. That's too big. I want a thin one. This one is a lot thinner. So I'm going to put glue on the end and stick it in there where the hole. There's a hole from another project. Can I find it right now? No. Where is it? See it? Oh, there it is. I was going to say, if I put a new hole in it, I'm going to use the lint remover to get some of the snow off so it's not. Amazing the things you have in your repertoire to make wreaths, huh? So it doesn't need a stem. It's got a nice stiff pick on it. Put that in there like that. I like that. And then I think I'll put the little one in the back. That'll work out well. Twist this up some more. Cut the excess off. I'm going to double that up. Put some glue on it. And then I think she's done. Glue strings everywhere. Okay. Let's see, how does that look? Okay, I like the back. And I like the front. And I can't see any of the gaps and cracks. Just got to get these glue strands off. There's one right in the front. Yes, I'm not losing it. I'm actually not grabbing the air. Can also blow dry them off, I'm told. I think it's blow dry. I've never tried it myself. Ow. So there is that one. Let me bring it in. Big old glue string on my hand. So there it is. So I've got a rustic one. There's no design on the back. And then gingerbread with the bow so far. Okay, let's do two more. This is going to be a snowman, and as you can see, the gaps and cracks didn't fill the entire cup, but that's still okay. It's still very much usable. Let me move this back out of the way. And I'm just taking some of that spider web material or cotton balls and just shoving it down in there. I don't even have to pin it in because it's so empty in this one. And then I'm going to start with, we're going to do marshmallows on this one. Definitely. Oh, I also forgot. I went ahead and did what I usually do when I'm making lots of little projects like this, then using up pieces. I take a piece of styrofoam that I have left over from packaging and just stick a bunch of picks in it so I have an easy view of all the things I'd like to choose from. So, yeah. I know that I'm going to use these red and white poinsettia leaves here. They come on a whole poinsettia and I cut them all up so I can use them individually like that. So let's get started. I even have these cute little metal mailboxes. I haven't decided where I'm going to use those yet, but I've had these for years and I need to start using this stuff. If it'll let me take it out. There we go. There's one. These over here and out of the way. I also brought a bunch of different styrofoam glitter balls. They call this bowl filler, but it's great for lots of different projects and crafting. You can even put them on a pick I even have the red little, they're snowy. You can put them on a metal pick and make a pick for your project. You just stick a bunch of them on here rather than buying them. And then I finally found my fluffy bowls. So I'm going to put that over there for now. I think we're going to go with the marshmallow theme on at least one of these, if not all of them. There's like 4 different versions of this snowman with different faces on them. So I'm going to start with this one. And I think I'm just going to, I'm going to move this one up if it'll let me, because it's just entirely too tall for what I want to do. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there so it'll stay in the new spot. And then I can put some at the bottom too, up in there. Yes, the ribbon is unwinding, but I'll fix that when I put it into the pick machine. Because I think I'm not going to use the pick machine. I'm going to cut it off right here. Right where the glue is, so now it won't unravel. And I think I'm going to use some of the red wreath. Down, Marguerite. There we go. I'm going to make sure I'm all the way out of my size of the screen, because I wasn't. There we go. Back to normal. So I think I'm going to do 2. I wish that some of these were smaller, but they're not. And I can't just cut off half of them because you'll be able to... Well, actually I could. Because it's going to be down into the snowman. So let's try this. Worst case scenario, I ruined one. Don't know till you try. Top of it's still good, so I might be able to use it elsewhere. So, I don't know. Let's see how that looks. Decisions. I think I'm going to go in the center. Like that. I'm definitely going to use these guys. I'll use these by themselves, I think. Oh, will it go all the way up? Can you tell where the hole is? No, you can't. I'm going to put a little glue on the end to hold this one at the tip. Go. Bring this one up to about right where the little one was. There we go. That should stay. Cut the excess off. That's a good stick. Just going to take the paper off. You never know. Why spend money when you have parts? It helps you keep the cost of your products down. Alright, so that one will go, and I found these as well. I thought these would be cute to put in there. I have more as well. Let's see, I think I'm going to put him right up here. And I might do a bow on this one. I haven't decided yet. Okay, there's that one. I want a tall one now. How many of these do I have? Do I have any more? Yeah, I can do. I think I'll use this instead. And I might just put this one down front here. Nope. We'll see. definitely don't need the full length on this one either. I'm going to separate them. I can usually do that pretty easily. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. Let me cut this one off. Now I have another good stick again. I think I'm going to put it right there. Let's see. I want one that's tall. So it's going to go... I might just take that one off the stick and put it up front. I'm going to measure it this way. Alright, let's see if this is too long or not. Pull it back out if it is. Okay. And then. Do we want some greenery? There's no greenery on his face. Don't want that. I want to do some greens. I know that's an annoying noise. Maybe I'll just take one of these apart and put a few on here. Ugh. I would say that all of these goodies that I'm using in these projects today, I have gotten from everywhere. Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's for sure, rest in peace. Craft Outlet, Deco Exchange, Target from those wreaths that I'm torn apart. The red and white one I'm going to. Okay, so I'm going to put one of these in here. Right there. You can see how your table can get really messy very quickly when you're doing something like this. Because you pretty much have to have all the things out all at once. Alright, what do we want to do next? Let's see. Let's try some of these. We're going to take that wood dowel. These are pipe cleaners that came twisted two colors together. I think I'm going to put two all together as well to make it even thicker. See how that looks. It's a different pattern. Why not? And then I'll put it on the other side, so you can just use plain old pipe cleaners. I can take two colors and wind them together and do the same thing. Doing this with the wrong hand. Wasn't my dominant hand. It's got an interesting pattern. Should have stuck with one pattern, and I just wanted to make it thicker. I know what I'll do. I will make, what do I want to make? No, we'll just try this and see how it looks. I didn't say everything was going to work. Yeah, that works. Just get the excess off. Use the steel pick. Still debating on greenery in this one. I have all of those. Maybe I can put this one over here. I think I'm going to put some white fluffy balls in here too. Like these. I think that'll look good. Put one in there for sure. And then these are leftover swirls from another project. I'll put that in there. And I think I'll go ahead and use these after all. If it will let go. Put them in the weirdest spaces. Okay. So that will go in the middle. And unpollute your, depollute your view. There goes my, let go. Glue dried fast on that one. There we go. I like the idea of this up here, so I'm going to do that. Got a big old glob of glue on the front. I'll have to fix that. Like that. That's where we're at so far. Put that back there. I think I'm going to take this one. Looking at my wall. I know what I'm going to probably do. Okay, let me put this one in. Not for this one, one of the others. Projects. Get in there. Okay, I need some things on the back. So I think I'm going to take this last one. Stick it back there. See, you gotta think sometimes. Oh, almost forgot this. Take one of these off. Take 4 off. I don't know how many I'm going to use, but I'll use them in one of the other projects, I can tell you that. So this is the red. I got all sorts of hitchhikers now. This is the red version of the white wreath. That's what I dropped. Okay. This is the chair from heck. Oh, I think I'm going to use some of these. I need to cut that off a little. Remembering to save that because I might be able to use it elsewhere. Or even on this project. Okay, get some glue on that. Pardon, guys. Put a bigger one in the center. Okay, put that one down. Go right in the center. Whoop! No one told you to go over there. that. That needs to go back up there. I'm going to put one of these right here. I'll show you. I'm going to put it right in here. I'm going to put a small one next to it. I think I'll do one more. So there's that. Then I'm going to put 2 more pieces of this. I'm going to keep this one long. Get the glue strings out of it though. Glue strings! Alright, I'm going to keep this one long. I'm going to cut it down a little bit. Not as much, but throwing things on the floor again. There's some glue on there. Put that there. And I'll show you once I get it. Oh, came out. Guess I didn't make it tight enough. Let's try that again. Sorry. Alright, let's get that back in there. So see, I put it right here. I feel like it needs more. It's so... I'm going to put a red one here. The top piece of it is flocked. So I really pull that up, this piece of red pine. I don't know what else to call it. Red flocked pine. And I think I need one more piece. I think I need a piece right here. Maybe I'll go back with some white too. Starting to get all the materials in my hair, in my face. It's definitely all over my clothes. So definitely don't wear anything new when you're... Alright, so that one's there, and I'll put a white one. Where did I cut it? Right there. Let me cut 2 off. I'm going to go with white one right in here. Pull it up a little bit more. I'm just going to try it this way and see how it holds up. Bringing it in all the way over here. I'm going to put a white one over here, but that was a back look. I think I need one there. That back. One more white one. Where did I put that piece I just cut? There it is. I'll put it there. That'll work. Glue strings. I use Gorilla Glue, but I don't know. Sometimes it's still super stringy. Let's see what we got going on here. That's really cute. Want to make sure nothing on the inside shows. I'm going to put a couple of these at the back. I'm going to put this in there to make sure everything's covered. Back here. Boy, it's like somebody knows I'm recording. Everybody's reaching out to me right now. Okay, I think that that's good. No, I need something here. Do I have any white? No, I'll just use the red. Oh, there's some white. And then I'll put some red. Time to load the glue gun. It's not bad. 3 arrangements on 1 glue stick. And it was already in the machine. Yeah, that's freaking cute. Sorry. Shouldn't say frickin', but get that piece of glue off. There we go. That works for me. So cute. All right, that's 3 down. 13 to go. I'm not doing them all on camera. I'm only going to do 4. Let me see about cleaning this up a little bit. I want to do something with green. Green's in it. Pine. It doesn't matter how big my workspace is. If you noticed, it's always full. Alright, so I want to use this next. And I could do it either way. And since most of my cups, let's see, left and right, left. I'm going to go this way. So to you, it's on this side. To me, it's on my right. So I'm going to use this and these for sure, but I want to put some greenery in it too. So I'm going to use this one. This is one of my last purchases from Joann's last year in 2024. Or maybe it was this, no, it was last year. Okay, I need to just cut some of the end off, and this is a pretty dense stem, so I'm not going to kill my arm and just use this. There we go. Make sure there's no little ones around if you're using one of those, and I need to cut this down. What happened here? There it is. Is that all the way up? Yeah. Get some more of that white stuff. Cut it off. I'm going to pin that in. This away before I do some damage. A little chunk, just a chunk. That green stuff keeps getting on it. The moss, I don't like that. There we go. Put another little piece in there. one more. The rest of the stuff will hold it in, so I don't need to put a lot of pins in these, okay? There we go. All right, get in there. So this is just going to go right down the center, but I'm not going to kill my arm once again. I'm going to help it out with a starter hole. That's an all AWL. Put some glue on the side end. Put that in the center, nice and there we go. There we go. So there's that. This is similar, so I'm going to use these as well in this project. I need to get another one. I thought I had two. I need at least two, if not three. Three just to be safe. All right. So I think I'm going to wait on the Santa Claus letter and go with these first. And I might get some more. Definitely going to do a small one up front. So there's that. Do one of these on the other side. So there's that. And then this one will go in the back facing the other direction. Okay, what? Okay, that's not working. So I'm going to have to put this on it. Get the glue off my hands. Fold this in half so that it's thicker. And put a little glue on the top of that as well. Get that in there. Okay, go. So that's what we have on the back side. Berries. These are those kind of berries. So I guess I should probably stick with those berries. Those were... Where did I put them? Oh, Marguerite. Let's see what I can find over here out of the camera. Okay, I like that. Where did I put the other berries, guys? Alright. I like this, but it's got buffalo plaid on it, so maybe I won't. Oh. Not this one. And there we go. Missing the other hoe and the other hoe on that one, so I'm just going to take the ball off of it and put it on here after I shoot it across the table. Everything's getting intermingled now. Let's see. So I want to put it up front. I thought about this tree. But I think it's just too much, so we're going to forget the tree. And I'm going to put this right in the center, I think. I'm definitely going to use these again because I got all that snow on the holly leaves. And I'm going to put one more holly leaf. So here's a complete one. See? I'm going to put another one on the back side of this one so you don't see the back side. Does that make sense, I hope? That might be good. Let me see if this will work without putting a stem on it. And then I'm going to put some glue in between to hold it in place. Okay, so now let's mess with the greenery. I'll put those in after the fact. I'm going to cut this right here. And then I can use that to put places. Glue strings are mad wild on this one. So I think I'm going to go in behind this. Since there's not a place really to put a pick, I'm just going to rely on it sticking to everything around it. I'm wiggling it a little bit. Okay. Get another one. Do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, I like that. It's actually going into the styrofoam or the gaps and cracks. So there's that. It's a very similar, but I'm going to put another one up so that it really looks like it matches. You've got coordinating. Put this behind that one. So I'm blending it in. See that? And then I'm going to take these little ones that I had left over and put them on the back. So they're right here. And I think I'm going to get a couple more. Fortunately, I bought these in bulk on Amazon, so there are quite a few left. I still am bummed. I can't figure out where those berries went. Crazy. They're not up. Is that them? Yep, found them right where I put them. Almost had an avalanche just now. Whew, snow everywhere. Whew. Okay, so let me take a look at these now. Probably shouldn't have done that. I want to see if I can use any of these. I'm not a fan of them. I've already said that. But that's the kind of berries that are in this one. So let's see what we can do. I'm not sure why the pine cones all the way at the top of the greenery. I guess that's the way it is in real life, so I'm not using this one. It doesn't go in there. So let me see. I could definitely... I'm going to cut that even shorter. I'm just going to throw some glue on the end. And it's the same coloring of berry too. That's also why I picked it. This one's... Let me take that off. Every time I touch them, I'm sorry I did it. I don't like that one. See? Don't like it. That one looks good. Put that in there. Might just put little chunks here and there. Nope. I think I'll do this right there. And yes, there are so many glue strings now. Things are sticking to me. Oh my goodness. Alright, get in there. Ow, hot. I don't know if I need to turn it up higher. I'm going to turn it up higher and see what happens. No, I'm going to turn it down a little low. No, I'll leave it higher. Okay. I should put some pine cones in here. Here I go again, right? I guess I could put a bell in here. I want some little ones. And those usually sink to the bottom. That has glitter on it. There's one. It's got some white. I can do that for sure. Keep all the parts. You never know when you're going to use them. That one, I don't know. Let's go with this. Definitely don't need the big one. I might use those. Alright. I'm going to go with that one in there. And a bell over there. I think that's what I'm going to do. And there's a bunch of really heavy duty wire on this one, so I'm not going to use a steel pick. Put some of these over there. I want the bigger ones. Oh, there's one right there. Put a little one next to it. I'll put another big one. I'm gonna have to put a little one right there because I spilled a lot of glue. That'll cover it up. Another little one. I'll show you where I'm at. So there's all that. All right. I was going to put a bell over there. Yeah. Again, with the really heavy wire on it, so let me twist it up a little bit. Some glue on there. I like that. So now I just need to put some stuff on the back. So I'll put a small bell, some pine cones, and some greenery. Let's start with the greenery. Oh, the glue strings. I know, enough Marguerite with the glue strings, right? Okay.
Unknown caller.
Sorry about that. It's the holidays, so the telemarketers are constant. Can't seem to get a day without interruptions to record anymore with the holidays and the phone. That's in there, that's in there. I'm going to put, oh, it looks a little crushed, so I'm going to just throw it away so I don't think about it again. This will be up there, okay. And then I think this will be the last one for this tutorial. I think I'm going to use the stem machine. So there's that. Don't want any more greenery, so I guess we'll try some more of these. I hate these things. None of them are undamaged, so I might as well just throw them in the trash if I'm not using them, right? That looks reasonably good. Holy Toledo. We're going for it. These two separated, so I'm going to glue them together. Okay. Some glue on it. Hot. Remember, I need to have my silicone tips on, but I didn't do that. They're little rubber. They're not here. Where are they? They're nice. I guess they're not here. I don't want to make any bigger of a mess. So there's that one. Let me see if I can get another piece for the other side. I think instead I'll do the balls. Balls. Ah, they're everywhere. Start with that. Let's see where I need to use them. So I'm going to put some there. I mean, ow, you could put a pick in them and make them into a pick. That is there. A few more, I think. I got 3 up front. And I'm going to put some little ones back here. People probably think I'm nuts if they watch this without the sand on. She's grabbing the air. It's glue strings, folks. I haven't lost my marbles yet. Need to put some little ones over here. I really like these. Need to remember the clearance event starts to pick some of these up. They're great little fillers, not just for bowls. Oh, I'll just peel that off. No, I'm going to put some little ones there. Put one more. Clean that up after it's all cooled off. I'm holding them in place. That's what I'm doing right now. That looks good. We'll put another little one over here. And then I think I'll stop on this one. Put one more big one, one more little one right there. Looks like if they're falling off of the side of the cup. And I like that look, actually. Right there. Almost looks like a strand of grapes. Or cranberries. Yep, cranberries. Let's do one more. I swear I'm done after this one. Just hold it in place. I like that. I think that came out real nice. Just have to get rid of all these glue strings. Alright, there you have it. Another one finished. Well, I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me while I finish these projects. Really not that hard, is it? Yes, I have some special tools like the pick machine and the stem cutter, but you can do it with some good, you can cut your stems with a real good pair of wire cutters. I have some big ones that you use like for bolts that you can use also for cutting, trimming trees. That's good when you get the really thick stems. And like I said in the course of the video, they make those little green wooden sticks with the wire on the end that you can use instead of the steel pick machine. So there's that. If you like the content and would like to follow and see more great designs, I'm here on YouTube every Sunday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You can follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, all at the same handle, which is Wreaths by Marguerite. And you can find all my product, except for these breakable items, in my Etsy shop at www.etsy.com/shop/Wreaths by Marguerite. I will put that in the comment section, or at least in the description, so you can go to the shop and see all the good stuff. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Like I said, I have projects every Sunday. And this is probably going to be one of the last projects that I do for the holiday. I will be doing New Year's and then starting Valentine's Day and Mardi Gras and St. Patrick's Day coming up very, very soon. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great Christmas wherever you are. You are very much appreciated, and everybody deserves to have a happy holiday. So thanks again. We'll see you next time. Bye.